Hey, good morning. Today is Sunday, and it's the 13th of December, 2020. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all good. I hope you had good rest. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Right on time. That's my alarm. I don't know. I probably need to delete that one because I'm always up and awake and ready to go at 5:30 on a Sunday. But just in case, it just reminds me. So this morning, I wanted to do something a bit more random. Shuffled. I have shuffled through the Hidden Realms Oracle cards, and I shuffled through Carl Gray's Angel Guide cards. So I thought what I would do with you this morning is a bit of a treat. Um, is sort of go through my process as if what I do when I get ready, which is really I sit quietly and ponder what's coming up for me, just to see if there are any messages out there, any entity, any energies that come forward. And the more I do this, the more I really just settle into the energy, the more I feel it and get more clarity on it. And my point being with this conversation with you is there's this idea that people have a gift. Um, Certain people have a gift. I think the other day I talked about God qualifying those that are called rather than calling on the qualified. By that, it is if you have an idea or an inkling, an inspiration, and something that you want to follow and do with your life, with your day, with your family, with your loved ones, whatever that is, whatever your motivation is, that's an indication to pay attention to it. And I think for me, what I've done that led me down the road to nowhere was listen for or ask permission outside myself. Um, which is okay if, and this is where it gets tricky, those that you're asking permission from, they've got your back. I recently took a personal growth workshop. My intention was to help a friend to get certified in doing goal work with people. That sounds weird, but I want to be a coach. I want to be a certified coach. And after it was finished and we were all done, it struck me as odd. Not odd. It just struck me. I shouldn't put the word odd in there. Wonder why people run off and want to get certified, want to get qualified, want to feel that they've somehow worthy. That's the word that comes up, worthy. And I found myself going through the idea that I needed to get qualified, certified, get a piece of paper and a certificate to basically offer something to other people. And that's not necessarily the case. If we all dive into that level of intelligence that strangely enough we came here with, we'll have the answer that we wanted. It's a little bit like focusing on the times in your past where you wanted to do something, have the idea, but you felt a little bit lost, a little unsure, bit like, I don't know if I should be doing it. And that's my theme. I've always said it out loud. I don't know if this is what I should be doing. And for most of my life, I've always learned, been told, got the idea that to say you don't know what you're doing is a problem. That you have to know what you're doing, or you have to look like you know what you're doing. And to me, looking like you know what you're doing is this big theme that most people have running around called fake it until you make it. Oh, well, okay, that's fine, but then there's something dishonest about being fake. Oh, and that leads down another rabbit hole. The one thing I know for sure is I can't be anybody other than me. Although I've tried, thinking I had to emanate something or be like someone or put on some kind of an act to make something happen. What I now know is when people show up for you, they're showing up for you. They're showing up for what you have to offer. They're not showing up for you to do a ridiculous rendition of something else. Sure, if you want to have fun, play, act, muck about, that's fine. I think that's just all in good taste and good fun. But when it comes to the intuitive side, that we're now entering a world where we really, all we have to rely upon is what's in here, what's in the heart, what comes. So I learned to push away all of the extra fluffy nonsense to get to the real gift. And I've recently read different books where they've, and I can't think of anyone in particular, but look at someone like Mother Teresa. I read recently that she traveled with everything in one bag, but the woman was known globally for what she did. That's pretty huge. She didn't need all these semi trucks showing up when she put on a show, or a team of people to hang up lights, whatever. I mean, I'm not knocking those that do it, that's entertainment. But there's something to be said about show up as who you are. That brings me to the next piece of who are we then? I know several years ago I led a workshop, first one I've ever led at Yoga One. Was a bit terrified with what I was going to say to people. Didn't even know. And it was an emphasis on how many people would show up, how many people would sign up. That was all important. It was sold out with a waiting list. And really the theme of it was, who are you? And the idea was, who are you without the house? Who are you without the job? Who are you without the wife, husband, partner? Who are you without the dog? Who are you without the car? Who are you without the clothes? At the bottom of all of that, who are you? And I wonder how many of us at our life really know that. Typically, we come to authenticity very few times in life. Very few times do we meet the mat, as I call it, the mat of life, where we're looking at ourselves in a very candid way. It's typically right before something amazing is going to happen, and we're not quite sure how it's going to show up, how it's going to turn out, or right after something traumatic happens that changes the whole entire landscape, the loss of a friend, the ending of a friendship, the ending of a job, the ending of something that was not expected. In those two instances, there's a brief period of time where we're not really sure what we're doing and we're not really sure what's happening. What I want to portray to you is more and more and more and more and more of those instances and those things are going to happen on and on and on. The key is staying afloat, staying grounded with both feet on the floor, your head up high, your heart wide open, and the inner intuitive knowledge, which is really important. The biggest qualification that you could ever have is that if you were not meant to be here, if you were not meant to be doing what you're doing, living the life you're living, with the people that you're with, then you wouldn't be here. I'm going to say that one more time. If you were not meant to be doing what you're doing with the people that you're with and the life that you're living, it would not be happening. And that sounds really weird, odd. You got here. Well, okay, there were circumstances that brought your biological parents together. There were circumstances that birthed you into the world. There were circumstances that got you going. For most part, your physical development as a human, having human experiences, that was up to other people to guide it, but they were being guided at some point. If you ask any one of your parents, did you ever feel like when I was growing up, when I was little, that you didn't know what was going on, you didn't know how to handle it, you didn't know what to happen, and what did you do, where did you get the information, and how did you manage? And there are also circumstances where, you know, some folks find themselves very difficult. They can't raise a family or child, or they don't know how to do it, but whatever they do works because you're here and you're doing it. That's the point I'm making, to saying the next time you feel like you're not qualified to do something, work out how, but know that you're supposed to work it out either way, whether you go to school, whether you go to college, or pick up a YouTube channel and work it out. I didn't know I could build furniture till I watched someone do it on YouTube. I had no idea that I knew how to do hardscapes or lay out a landscape or do a patio thing at the back until I just ordered the stuff and got a wheelbarrow and a shovel and got on with it. No one showed me. No one said, oh, you're supposed to lay it this way, that way, and the other way. I just did it. These are the points I'm making. Biggest point is trust in your intuition and trust in this inner wisdom that you've got, and know that whatever book you read, path you're on, person you're with, you're supposed to do it. But you've got to be open with the heart and the mind, grounded with the feet firmly on the floor, with an intention, even if that intention is just for the morning. This morning I intend to clean my house. Do it. Focus on that one thing and do it till you're done with it. We get distracted, pulled off over here, pulled off over there. I do it. It annoys me when I get distracted. So back to my process. What do I do? So today I'm just going to do something very simple and pick up the angel cards, right? I'm looking for a theme. So I asked myself this morning, why am I looking for a theme to meditate with? Because many people find it difficult to meditate. They find it difficult to focus. They find it difficult to shut this down. So that led me to, this is what I'm going to talk about today. The being shot off in different directions. What's present about that is we don't know. We really don't know what's happening. We have no clue what's happening. People make decisions about our lives every day. We're supposed to go along with it. We can go along with it if it makes sense, but how do you make it make sense? You know, you go talk to Uncle Arthur. He's got a thing to say about it. You go talk to, Auntie Jessie. She's got something to say about it. And then you've got, Cousin Bob. And then you have the person you work with. And then you've got, the driver at the drive-thru. And then you've got the person at the grocery store. They've all got a different way of looking at something. What's your way? Go with your way. Influence yourself. And then the next part of it is, if you're influencing yourself and you're doing, oh, this feels right for me, I'm just going to go do that. You might inspire somebody else. You might inspire somebody else, say, well, you just did this? Yes. Give them permission to be okay with being powerful. Listen, it takes a lot to become who you are. A lot. So for any of us to say that we're not good enough, now this thing here is beginning to creep out, this card here. That's my indication that, ooh, while I've been talking, this one wants to just come and say hello. So I'm not even, it's like this, and pull it out from the deck. And let's see what it is. What is that card? Opportunity and change. Okay. So the opportunity and change pops down like this. And I sit with the energy of this card. And sometimes I look at the picture. We have the moon. We have two what looks like swallows or birds flying around. And a woman, an angel. And then in one hand, she's got a bird. And then the other hand... she's holding it out. I don't think there's anything in her hand. And I'm just paying attention to this. And as I'm looking at the photograph, there's a little backward chat going on that's saying, oh, well, what is opportunity? What is change? And then here, I think, okay, what is it about this picture that I find different? Because I could have pulled this up 17 different times, 80 different times. But today, I'm looking at it in a way that says, what is different about this photo? What am I noticing I didn't notice before? The framework. Oh, okay, there it is, the framework. It's a picture, and in one hand, there's this bird. Then this other hand, there's this opportunity. There's this something that's coming. What I know about birds is they're pretty consistent. The bird shows up and starts nesting. They go to the same, hopefully, nesting site year after year. They certainly have the same partner. I don't know if they stay together all year long, but they come along to make babies and do their thing. And what I just noticed about this, that's interesting, the energy of this card, if you look at it closely, comes right from the solar plexus and it goes outward. So if I'm looking at this card talking about opportunity and change, they're coming. And this card is saying, pay attention to what's coming. You know, birds fly, they're messengers. They go from place to place. They talk, they chatter, they whisper, they sing. They make all sorts of noises, and they're telling their flock what's going on. So know that whatever opportunity and change that you're thinking of doing and wanting to do, now is the time that it's going to show up. And now is the time that you make your choices. This is what's coming. Is there a book that I'm reading that says that? No. There's a guide that goes with it, but I'm just going with what is coming, what I'm led to believe. Here's the other part to it, which I love even more. Authenticity means you have to have the courage to make the decision that you believe, not somebody else believes. You can be convinced and influenced by what someone else tells you, but then there's another part to it. You have to look at what is the filter that person's telling me this on. Do they know? Are they qualified? Are they doing it because they think, you know, that everyone has an anticipation. There's anticipation and there's assumption. And anticipation is we're anticipating an event to happen based on what's going on here. But is that assumption? No, an assumption is you've got this idea in your head, you're planning a party for Saturday, you haven't sent out any invitations, but yet you're assuming all these people are going to come. That's an assumption. An anticipation is the events happening. Anticipation is it's going to start. Anticipation is this feeling, this energy, this. Oh, I'm getting excited. Oh, this is, yep, I'm getting a feeling about this. You anticipate something. All right, now we're going to get onto meditation. And I hope that that's clear. Sounds a little like gobbledygook when I talk about it because it just seems like it comes out of nowhere. Leave me a comment, shoot me a message if you want to know more. Let's meditate. Always start with your feet flat on the floor. That just reminds you of the room that you're in and the environment that you're in. And then I don't know what you do, press, literally press, whatever is touching the floor, pushing me to the ground. And for this instance, it is my seat on this chair with this chair pressing into the floor and my feet on the floor. So seat and feet. Then you work up the body to arms, elbows, hands. Bring your mental attention with your eyes closed. You shut off the distraction. Bring your mental attention to everything that connects you to this earth now. And then you begin with breath. There's a rhythm with breath. There's a count. It goes 4, 3, 2, 1 on the inhale, and 4, 3, 2, 1 on the exhale. There's that rhythm. Just breathe with it. What I know for sure is the deeper you pull air in, the more you press air out, the more your body tingles. When your body's tingling, you're lifting up, you're feeling lighter, a little dizzier, a little bit more energized. Then you focus on what's happening in my body. The jaw and the ears and the inner bits of your body, the muscles, tendons, are all beginning to move around. Backs of my ears are popping. And just keep settling the thoughts down. Now my eyes are closed. And I'm seeing no thing, no person, no nothing. It's blank. Every once in a while there's a hint of a thought that might want to loom up. It feels like it moves on past. And just being with the breathing and being with the quietness of the room the environment, the physical feeling of the temperature in the room against your skin. And placing your consciousness anywhere you want to. Your mind can use the pieces of your brain to create mind images. The images of your mind have been placed there, part of your memory bank. Every brand new experience, new object, new color, is a trigger for your mind to store the image. Asking yourself to think of a person, someone you know, your mind accesses this memory bank and places a conscious image in your head, your mind, your part of your brain that lets you see with your mind. It's entirely possible for you to have your eyes open, your brain on automatic pilot, and your mind searching for images, ideas. The art and mastery of meditation is to control your mind, train yourself in the stillness. To train yourself successfully in this stillness is to focus on the simple act of what is actually happening. You are an individual with vast capabilities. The art of meditation is to quiet down the mind. To think less. Thinking less offers the potential, the opportunity to be more. Every human has the capacity and the potential to be so much more. But the distraction of the mind, the continual thinking, this continual stimulation, the continual distraction the thought of too much, the act of multitasking creates system overload. By doing more, piling more on, you are contributing to being less, diminishing your capacity, stunting your potential. The old parts of you, the former habits, all the distractions must die for the best you to become. We are all ready now. We have always been able. We have not always been willing. Every statement made following the words I am, carves out what you will be. Your mind and your body completely relaxed, 100% present to where you are right now this minute. Any thought other than here and now, sitting and breathing, is a distraction. Every distraction diminishes your capacity, your capability. Blocks and gets in the way of full potential. Bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Take a few minutes to breathe in and breathe out, and just be with that feeling. And then lift your thumb knuckles up between your eyebrows, and we honor each other, bow and say namaste. Your eyes flutter back open, and my eyes are fluttered open on this opportunity and change. What I love about this is it feels like this angel card, angel influence is speaking to me personally. And what I've learned from all of you that make comments, and those of you I know you who have said, oof, it feels like you're talking directly to me. That's the magic of stepping into full potential. This idea that part of us has to let go, be gone, put to bed, clean out, be finished in order for something different to happen is necessary. Unfortunately, most folks are connected to the past. We're connected to something that we feel comfortable with. And that's fine. It's not a problem. I mean, I'm not saying, we all got to rush out and sell our houses and live off the land. But what I am saying and suggesting is that we clearly have to be open and willing to think on our feet and to think in ways that's a bit different. And I'll give it an example. Think of yourself. Imagine that you are in front of a group of people and they want answers from you and everyone's chattering at the same time. Or have you ever seen one of those talk shows where there's a bunch of women sitting around a table having a discussion and they're all talking at once? You can't focus on one thing. Anyway, my friends, thank you so much. I'll be here again tomorrow morning, same time, same channel, same space with a different message, I'm sure. Have a great Sunday. Lots of love. Bye.